I'm making a quick school cake now. So for this, I'm using 80 grams, which is 3 ounces of Perfect Cakes, which I get from Aldi. You can use stored, you can use any baking spread, you can use butter, it's entirely up to you. And 10 ounce of caster sugar, or you can use granulated sugar if you don't have any caster sugar in, no problem. 10 ounce, which is 280 grams caster sugar. And then 240 grams of flour. I'm using plain. You can use self-raising, doesn't really matter. 240 grams. If you're using plain, add a tablespoon of baking powder, which is what I'm using. Oh God, this hand, bloody hand, I can't open anything. Right, a tablespoon. But if you're using self-raising, just add a teaspoon of baking powder. And that's all your dry ingredients. All your dry ingredients in together in your mixing bowl and pop it on a medium speed. I do that every time. Pop it on a medium speed and let that all combine. And then you want 240 mils of whole milk with a teaspoon of vanilla extract added. And to that you're going to add 2 large eggs. People ask me why I crack my eggs into this scoop before I pop them in the milk. That's because if any of my eggs are bad, it's easier to tip them in the bin out of a scoop than it is once you've put it in your milk. And if shell gets in, which it often does when you crack an egg open, it's easier to fish it out of the scoop than it is once you've cracked it into your milk. Give that a quick beating. Not been feeling so good the last couple of days, guys. I had a couple of cakes to do, but I didn't do a lot of filming because I felt lousy, if I'm honest. Yesterday afternoon I just cut off from everything. I didn't answer my phone, I didn't answer messages or all. I just put my feet up and I stayed there all afternoon and then all evening watching the Chad Daybell trial. So I feel much better today. I think it was just the fibro playing up, and this hand has been agony. So I feel quite a lot better today. Thanks to everybody that were asking. Now then, you're going to put that, your mixer, on a very, very slow speed, the slowest on your mixer, and start to pour your wet ingredients into your dry ingredients. Leave about a third left in your jug. Stop your mixer. Scrape round your bowl, making sure you've got all your ingredients incorporated. Scrape the bottom, because some mixers don't get right to the bottom of your mix. Make sure everything's combined. Once it is, just add the rest of your wet ingredients. pop it back on a slow speed and mix till combined, just till combined. That's done. I've greased and lined one of these trays that I get from Home Bargains, but I think you can get them in B&M and all over the place. I think supermarkets do them as well, but not as cheap as Home Bargains. They're 7x12, these trays, for anybody that wants to know. And this mixture will make you 16 cupcakes, or a nice 7-inch sponge cake, Victoria sponge, if you're using a round tin, a nice 7-inch sponge cake. I'm going to pop your oven onto 150 degrees electric fan oven for 30 minutes. And then after 30 minutes, you're going to test it with a cocktail stick. If it looks done on top and it's nice and golden brown and your cocktail stick still comes out a bit wet in the middle, it needs a few more minutes. So what I do then is, if your top's looking done, pop a sheet of baking foil paper, tin foil, over the top so that your top doesn't burn, and let it carry on baking for another 5 minutes, and then just keep doing that for 5 minutes at a time. I think you'll be alright though with 30 minutes, 35 minutes. Right, I'll show you that when it comes out, guys.